Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Pew Time with Tony and a special guest. Jackie's not with me, but I do have my buddy Harrison with me. Harrison Vansky, I think is right, right?
Yes, sir.
I just know him as Dad Bod Harrison.
That's pretty accurate. And also, Tony, I could be your Jackie if you let me. So,
Well, welcome, dude. We finally got to meet in person this past weekend at the Northern Illinois Section Championship put on by Stealth Arms.
yeah, glad I finally got to meet you, man.
Yeah, I'm glad
Like
you
I've
come
been listening to you guys for a while, and it was kind of I saw you rolling up in the cart. I felt like I went fangirl. I just yelled out Tony super loud, and you just got turned around and looked like, who the hell is this guy?
I have to say, humbly, it happened a few times.
Well, good, dude. That's awesome. Means you're doing something right.
Yeah, I mean, apparently there are at least two people now that listen to the show for certain because I met them at the place. I knew you listened.
And I talked to a couple guys in my squad, and they've listened to you here and there. So yeah, I said you got reach all the way out to Ohio. So
Nice.
yeah.
All right, man. Well, you wanted to come on, and we're going to discuss the match, but I want people to get to know you first. So, who's Harrison? Let's go.
That's a complicated answer. It's going to take a while, but I think first and foremost, I'm a below average to average sometimes GMPCC shooter. I mean, I don't know.
So you have questionable sexuality.
Yeah, no, straight with a question mark. No, I've been shooting now for about 5 years. Seriously, for about this will be the fourth. Oh well, I guess 6 years. This will be the fourth season. I guess competitively or more with the mindset of actually trying to get better. Not really too much. Started off shooting, like I said, about 6 years ago. Buddy took me out to a 3-gun match out at DSS, which is kind of over by Cleveland in Ohio, and it's known as it's an amazing range. And I I think I took second or third to last place in the 3-gun match, and from there I was just hooked. And did a little bit of a steel challenge, and then kind of got into did some 3-gun matches and got into USPSA, and I just took off with USPSA.
Nice.
The rest is history. Just kind of been grinding. Did a little bit of production, a little bit of limited, a little bit of CO. Found good footing in PCC, and everything with my life kind of lined up perfectly with PCC, and kind of grinded it out. I'm on my third season of PCC, so
nice.
third season of PCC now.
So you've been
fourth. Sorry.
In a few years, and you were shooting handgun for a while.
Yeah, for a little bit. Yeah, it was kind of bouncing around. Didn't really have anything stuck. Kind of had a whole bunch of different platforms and stuff like that, but I haven't really stuck with anything as hard as I have with PCC. So,
what was it about PCC?
So, I got into PCC right when I started having kids. A little bit after I had kids, but my oldest was starting to walk, and then my wife was pregnant again, and I was starting to find myself with less time available for the sport. I was fully autistic mode and wanted to just basically crush everything, but knew that I was going to have to either stick with pistol and basically kind of spend less time with them to do the training that I wanted to. And I don't want to say PCC is the easy button, because it's definitely not, but I knew that if from experience with rifles that the drop off of not training is significantly less with the PCC, where I can dry fire and pretty much do 95% of everything I need to do in my basement or my garage. And all I got to do is just go out to the range and kind of confirm some stuff, and it's right back there to where it was before. I could take a full off season and give myself 3 weeks of maybe a match, just some training and a bunch of live fire, and I'll be pretty much 95% of what I was the following year. So, And that was my big push into PCC, was just kind of, I guess, it revolved around my family.
Okay. How long did it take you to make GM and PCC?
I want to say a year and a half. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
I want to say I made it to A. Was in A for a little bit. Shot South Carolina two 2 years ago. 2 years ago was A, and the moment I made A, it was pretty much like a 9 month stretch to get to GM. So it was fairly quick. Once I kind of figured out how to, doesn't do too much with match performance and stuff like that, but once I kind of figured out how to kind of do classifiers, I was able to pretty much knock them out and pretty frequently get GM scores on them.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
good. I mean, you didn't do too bad. You took second in
that's.
PCC at the Northern Illinois.
I'm still a little butthurt about it. There was a couple little gotchas, but I wish I could see the dude who took first. I tried. I like just like a bitter ex-girlfriend. I was looking for him on Instagram, trying to figure out who he was,
I'll
just to
send you stuff.
justify.
I
He
know
was
who he is.
fast. He was fast, man.
I mean, he got you by what was it? We talked about it earlier. It was 9 seconds.
9 seconds. And I had a few hangups and a few mishaps that kind of held me out. I think I left, from what I was counting, I wasted about 7 to 8 seconds of jams out on the course, which would have put me right there with him. But yeah, I mean, I think hits were pretty similar and everything like that. It would have been a really tight race.
Yeah, it was shockingly similar. So his alpha count was 237. Yours was 239.
Got him.
His was 56. Charlie's. Yours was 46.
Okay.
He had 3 deltas. You had 3 deltas.
Yep.
He had 1 mic. You had 2.
Yep.
And you each had a no shoot.
Oh yeah, that no shoot actually led into a mic, so that was fun.
And then he did 225.08 total time. You did 236.19.
Yeah. So he got me about 11. Yeah, he would have gotten me. I think even with my jams, he still would have gotten me on time. So he was fast.
I can't math. 9 seconds. It's 11 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is what it is. It's my first major of the year, so I'm still pretty happy with the results. The match was freaking fantastic. So that was probably one of the better matches I've shot in a very long time.
And Ben is very good.
Oh, dude, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I imagine he's probably a right-handed shooter. Oh, by the way, everyone listening, I'm left-handed, and Tony and all his buddies in Illinois decided to put on a match that was specifically for right-handed shooters. So
that's right. You're gonna blame us because you're a rifle shooter that's left-handed. You're just, you know what?
Hey, it's 2026. You guys don't have any left-handed doors. I'm just for that shoot house alone.
There's the rest of the world.
Yeah. Well,
what do you do in your everyday life?
Whatever, what ifs, justify it however you want to, Tony. That's fine.
I can't. You know what? I'm gonna need you to send me a picture of your special left-handed fucking toilet.
Oh yeah, it's called a bidet, actually.
All right, so you've shot quite a few majors.
Yeah, I had a handful of them. Yep.
Cool. I want your honest opinion, and you know how we are. You shoot it straight here. I want your honest opinion on what you thought of Northern Illinois, and we'll kind of dabble in and out of talking about like your performances and different stages. But I want your opinion, beginning to end of the match.
All right. So I've already said something positive. I will. The whole right-handed thing is kind of, it's not a big deal, but it kind of lays into. I will start with the only negative thing first, and the rest of this will be positive. So I'll just give the bad stuff out of the way. If you look at the numbers and you look at the percentages of everyone and how tightly niched everything was, which granted it's a major, so everything will be tight. I do feel like there was a lack of choice for the stages.
Really?
I do, only in the sense of there was a, how do I put it? You could take certain things on the move that would cut positions out. But if you generally start from start to beginning, I would say probably 8 out of the 11 stages where generally the smart plan was going to be to run it one way directly. Right, most likely right to left, but there was a couple where, kind of crisscross, but it all started. Everyone kind of did the same thing and finished out the same way. And I only say that because generally I will try to do the left-handed stage plan, unless it's a stage where that left-handed stage plan is not really to my benefit. And I will say this match I shot more stages than not as if I were right-handed.
Okay.
And it only because it made more sense. And I'm not saying, like I said, stages were still fantastic, but it was very, very laid out in front. Very, this is what's here. This is the path you're going to take. And now you can cut stuff out. I like what you guys did with putting targets in certain spots, where if you want to cut out, half a position, you're going to be taking this no shoot on the move at 15 yards, 17 yards, whatever it may be, or this partialed up target. And that made things interesting. But I would say that for me, as a left-handed rifle shooter, the biggest, the only negative I would say was I feel like there was a lack of choice, and not so much of how you want to take targets, but as a mainstay of like, am I running this left to right, right to left? I generally do you understand what I mean by that though?
I I I get what you were saying. You're just the first person I've heard say that,
Okay,
because
well, I'm sorry.
even just on our squad shooting on staff day, we had 14 people, I think, on our squad.
Okay.
And I would say we probably had on each one, with the exception of some like the shoot house, the bus.
Yeah.
Those are,
Yeah.
There's only one way to run those. Those are just
Straightforward.
shoot.
Yeah.
But on the other stages, like the bigger field courses, there was a variety of stage plans, and I saw it throughout the weekend. But that's interesting you're saying that. It might be
And I truly don't know if it's looking back at some of the better shooters who shot that match too. It wasn't like who I don't think any of them were left-handed, which doesn't matter. You look at pretty much the top 20 to 25 guys. I imagine like probably I'm going to say a majority of their stage runs are going to be identical. They might, like I said, pick a target in a different spot here and there, but their flow through the stage is going to be going the same way. And that's not saying that. It's not saying that the better shooters are going to understand that stuff, but it was just I felt like if I were to run the stage one way, which was the way that I took it as everyone else was going to run it, and I ran it the opposite side and kind of all flushed forward, I feel like there would be like a significant drop off in time, like a 2 to 3 second time difference.
okay.
Once again, nothing bad. Like it's fine. Like it was. I actually preferred it because it was like I had more of a mental time to ingrain the walkthrough and get everything solid. It was kind of laid out pretty much. There was a few that, or a couple that had some little differences that I could kind of pick up on being like a left-handed guy, but for the most part, it was, this is the way to go. I walked it like a left-handed person. Like this, I'm taking, counted steps. I'm like, holy crap, I'm taking another 8 steps that I don't need to. If I were to just run this thing right, I might have a lean or something, but that's the only negative I have.
Okay. Well, that's noted. I would tell you, just as a side note, I think a lot of people tend to look at stages like that, and obviously we always favor one side, just as shooters.
Mm-hmm.
But I know a big thing in my training, and I noticed it for me. Like I used to hate retreating to my right.
Yeah.
Okay. It was always easier for the left. And I did it at the WIT this year, like my first match for this year, and broke it down with my buddy who ran the stages the way he ran them, and it just made more sense. Like I thought about it, we talked it through, and it would have made more sense doing it that way. I just wasn't as confident doing it that way.
Oh yeah, no, completely get it. Like I said, you guys had little targets that kind of position themselves differently. It's where you could kind of, depending on what you were comfortable with, you could either take this on the move, take this in a certain spot. Say you're retreating, you could be retreating on your left side, or retreating on your right side, depending on how you want to. But yeah, like I said, I feel like the overall flow made it was, it just kind of, everything had its own kind of, I don't want to say everything. A majority of the stages had it like you just sit there and walk it and you're like, you're just naturally wanting to flow this way. And then when you kind of come back to it and try to do it the other way, just to see if there's anything you're missing. And me being left-handed, me trying to go that way, I was like, no, I don't like this. I'm sticking with the right-handers here.
Mm.
Which it was, end of the day, it is what it is. That doesn't bother me because I'm so used to it. I think for the most part, because it's very hard for stage designers to make. But then what happens is you end up getting like mirrored stages, and then you can only do so many mirrored stages before it starts kind of getting boring. So I'm good with any in either or. I shoot IDPA too, so put myself on a hard lean right side across my body. I don't feel too weird about it. So
Okay. What else?
that was only the negative. I think everything else. So get that out of the way. Can I cuss? Am I allowed to cuss on here?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, this match fucking was awesome. This was sweet. All right, there we go. So negative. All right. First off, you're gonna see all the videos. The shoot house is probably the most popular video.
It seems to be tied with that and then the visual start stage.
The visual start stage would have been an awesome video if my gun didn't jam. So I'm just gonna go ahead and right out of my memory bank. That's gone. Don't even know what you're talking about. We took a look at the last shot and or not the last shot. I looked at my video from when I jammed up to time frame to like when the last shot was, and I was about 60% of the way through the stage at about 2.5 seconds, and gun jam, and just at that point it was my last stage of the day. I just wanted to rip my buffer out and just throw it across the hills. But shoot house that was my first shoot house. That was awesome. I loved it. The big stage, which would have been, I guess, the most distant stage. I believe that's 8, or it's either 8 or 7.
You're talking the one where you had to do the big sprint.
Yep. Oh no. Sorry. No, sorry. Before that, it should have been, okay. This might be 6 then. The one with the, you basically started on a start plate in the middle. You probably had about a 15-20 yard distance. You had some targets in the back, targets behind a barrel.
Oh, that was 5.
That was 5. Okay, I was way off. Holy crap! It's been a week. I'm sorry. 5. I thoroughly like 5. You could put any point in a nationals match. That was like a fantastic stage.
A big shout out to Donovan from Point One Tactics, and that stage was sponsored by Donovan and Tier 1 Concealed. Donovan actually designed that stage.
That was a freaking phenomenal stage. I loved it. Time was good on that. Hits, that was my no shoot mic stage, which hurt big time because my time was phenomenal. That one sucked. I was an idiot on that stage, but yeah, just that was a great stage. Just the flow of it. Nothing on it was really easy, and you could take stuff on the move, but you had to be confident in your abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. The sprint stage was fun. That was nice. I liked that. I liked having the penalty steel tucked right in front of the actual steel course, or course steel. That was, I think I told you what happened with that. I got all the way down there, cleared everything out. I'm out of breath, and yeah, come on, what's the time on that? So 26. I'm like, oh, is that fast? He's like, that's pretty fast. I was like, whoa, did I look fast running? He's like, no, not at all. I was like, so not gonna be good for video? He's like, I wouldn't share it. I was like, oh, okay. Damn it.
Oh, it's not that bad.
No, it was fun. I would say probably favorite stages of the day were shoot house, 5. That big stage was awesome. Uh, 1 was I liked 1. 1 was I started on 1, and that was medium course, but with kind of a quick flow action to it. So it was a great way to kind of start at 80. I started a little bit more cautiously than I wanted to, but that was a great way to start the day. Just kind of, it was a very much a flow stage for me. So just kind of getting right, and then they put my mindset right for the rest of the day. So
Okay. How did you on stage 5? That was probably from the back of those barrels. That
yeah,
swinger is probably what, 30 yards?
it was. I didn't take it from back there. So
Okay.
I ran. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Ballsy. It was very, very ballsy.
So what's shitty? So I did activator, the 2 lower targets, then the
Yep.
swinger.
So ping, 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 ping. So how did that time up for you?
Perfect.
Oh, really? Okay.
Alpha Charlie on the swinger.
Oh, okay. Dang, did you take 2 passes or no?
No.
No, just went just one down and just pop pop.
Yeah. 1 down.
Oh well, you're a lot better shooter than I am, Tony.
Listen, I had a lot of people go, ooh.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Now, if I didn't get stupid mics on 2 of the other targets, it would have been
Ah,
really good.
that's I was gonna say you get done with the stage and you just turn around and be like, someone give me a wheelbarrow for my giant nuts.
It was I don't know. I just figured I can shoot and transition aggressively enough to where I thought it would pay off, and on
Hey,
that
that
one it
sounds
did.
good. I
Yeah.
I ran
I'm surprised the rifle guy didn't do it. I would have for sure thought you would have.
so it wasn't looking back at it, I so me being left-handed, the way those targets were tucked behind the barrels directly on that wall on the right-hand side, if I were to go activator, paper, because I would have already been sucked into that very tight corner, and I guess it would have worked out fine, but it would have been a very weird try to bring the gun back, go on my right-hand side, get around the wall type thing. Trying to get around that wall with the gun, and then getting mounted back up properly for like that 4 foot gap to the partialed up target on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I ended up starting to the right corner, cleared those 3 targets, ran to the left, and I actually started directly on the targets behind the barrels. And my goal was to go plant hard, take those 2 targets behind the barrels, with feet planted, take the upper target above the nose shoot, and then back out on the lower target. And I mentally messed up big time. I took the 2, planted foot, took the completely open target, then transitioned to the top target and backed out on that like a numb nut and just plugged one right into the nose shoot. So then I come around the corner because backing out, I was able to clear the wall. So then I came to the gap with the partial up target, and the whole time you can see it in the video. I'm looking back at my nose shoot coming into that. So then I slightly missed my position on that, overshot it a little bit, which then that was my mic. Was I went alpha mic, dragged right into the hardcover,
Mm-hmm.
and then proceeded went up to the corner, uh, crashed on the steel. Crashed on that steel coming in because I kind of came in at an angle. Crashed in on it, activated, hit the target that was directly in front of me, and then transitioned back over to the swinger as soon as it was on first pass down, and then ran about my business and finished the stage out. But yeah, that time was great. I think I did it in 24 or something, 24 seconds,
Mm-hmm. 24-4.
and 24 and 4. Yeah. I enjoyed that one a lot, though. That was a good stage. That was a very good stage. What was your favorite stage of the match?
I don't know. I would have to say the bus one is up there just because it was one of those, it was so simple, but the target difficulty
Oh yeah,
was very misleading and it ate a lot of people's lunch.
yes it did.
Uh,
Yes, it,
That was my second to last stage that I shot. I went 1 for 1 on the steel.
Not wow. Good job, man. That was tough.
Yeah, it was a little slower, but I felt
Don't
like
blame
I
me.
had to be a lot more patient on that stage
Oh
because
yeah.
otherwise I'm just
I
going to
think
be throwing rounds.
everyone was. It was what 25, 30-yard minis,
Yeah,
25-yard minis,
yeah. In a
25
crouched
yard minis.
position, you couldn't even stand
Yeah.
up.
Through yeah to shooters who weren't there, you are starting on one side of the stage, taking 20-yard shots at paper and mini poppers, running to the left side, paper mini poppers, or sorry, paper shuffling over a little bit, more paper at 25 yards and mini poppers. Then you're going on a bus and you're shooting through a side window. And then you're getting into a position to where you're shooting through a short bus at 30 yards where you can't fully stand up through the back window at mini poppers and paper targets in the back.
Yep.
That was diabolical.
Yeah. It
And it
was
was
one of those things like it looks simple, right? The stage plan itself was real simple, but the targets, man.
who was the RO up there? The production guy who I think he was a world shoot production shooter. Um
Oh, Colton,
Colt was his name Colton?
beard, loud.
Yeah, bald
Yeah,
head.
yeah, Colton.
Okay, Colton. Yeah, that's my dude. That was near the end of the day. That was the hottest stage because of all the rocks and stuff like that. And I get up there and I just hear like just the sickest house trap EDM music, and he's just up there with like some like pit vipers on, just vibing, and it changed our whole squad energy. Like we were
Good.
all trained after the shoot house. I get up there, and then all of a sudden I just felt like I just walked in, just took a hit of ecstasy, and it was just ready to go.
Yeah, Colton's a good dude, man. He always has good energy at a match.
Oh, I loved it. Loved it. That I personally, if you ever talk to that dude, just tell him I said thank you. Like
Yeah,
gave me a second wind and everything.
good,
Gave a lot of us a second wind.
good.
Yeah.
The visual start I really liked. I thought it was a super unique challenge.
Yeah. What is the reasoning between? Is it? I think the reasoning would have been probably because the way the targets turn. But why didn't you guys have a start plate on the right hand side too?
Why didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good question. Um,
And the only thing that came in my head was because the way the targets turn
that would be
was
my
if you started on the right, you would have had more time for the target turning. You know, as it turned away, it turned against you on the left hand side.
correct.
Okay.
I would say that would probably be the reason they did it. I didn't do the stage design on that one. I would say that would be the reason.
Yeah. Okay. That was fun. It was good. It was it would have been a lot more. Like I said, I've already forgotten the stage. It would have been a lot more fun if my gun didn't jam up. So
It could be worse, man. My stage one was not very good.
no,
I had like 13 malfunctions and a squib
in a squib.
and a squib.
Ugh.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
could be worse.
It could be. It could. Okay. I'm not. Sorry. You're right. You're right. I shouldn't bitch too hard. It was good. Like I had stage 4. Yeah, stage 4. I had a 7.5 second yeah, about a 7.5 second double feed on that one. So cleared out the back, cleared it out fast. I was on pace. Looking back on it, if I just took that jam out, I was at like a 16 or 7, somewhere in between 16 and 17 seconds to clear out the stage. And I ended up from the back position to the front position, somewhere the last shot fired, double fed. Had no idea. Got all the way up to that target that was on the all the way on the left hand side, tucked away.
Mm-hmm.
Leaning back, kind of go to take it. Nothing. I had to hop off. Racking. Literally, see the bullet is there are just 2 bullets wedged in there. So I literally just hit the gun with the side of my hand. Hopefully, it popped one of them out. Threw the magazine back in, racked it. Good to go. But that one ate a lot of time. That was probably my worst stage of the day, or probably biggest time drop off or percentage drop off. That one hurts a lot. And then the visual start and that jam also killed me up. And then Mike no shoot. Outside of that, I mean, I shot okay. There was a few stages I didn't have the aggression I wanted, but that's it's one thing I've been working on is especially at bigger matches is just trying to keep my aggression up. That's just being aggressive, attack, attack, attack. Know my limits, and that's what kills me is knowing that there was probably about 15% of that match that I kind of just let out there just because I wasn't pushing as hard as I could on the stuff I was comfortable with.
Right. So stage wise, very happy. You were happy with them for a level two.
Yeah,
They were
the
high
whole
quality.
oh, I did like I mean it 100%. This is one of the best matches I've shot, and probably all of my USPSA experience.
Wow.
Like it was, I kid you not. Okay, so we had a group of 4 guys who came up with us, and the whole time we're walking down, we're like, "Yeah, this looks fun. This looks sweet." And the whole time we're shooting, I'm like, "Dude, I'm having a freaking blast. Like this is fun. This is fun. Like there's no gotchas. There's no little quirky things or anything like that. It's just it's laid out right in front of you. You want to be ballsy. You want to take this thing on the move at 15 yards. Take it on the move. Save yourself a second and a half. Yeah, have fun with that no shoot directly below it. Um, it was great. It was a great paced match. The flow is great. The lunch kind of sucked because that killed the vibes of everything, but usually lunches will. I think our lunch was about an hour and a half because I think we were just roll. I think we were ahead of schedule, and we ended up having to. We got the stage. What was the mirror stage? That would have been 7.
Yeah.
7. We got to 7 before lunch, and we had to take a long lunch. I want to say our lunch break was about an hour and a half. At that point, my adrenaline came down. I was already probably. I think I already had 4 crustables in my system trying to get the energy.
You shot Sunday, right?
Saturday. Saturday. Yep. Weather was amazing. The range is beautiful. All 4 of us that came down were gonna get a bigger group next year and probably do the same Verbo and come out to the match again. Like it was the drive there for us and being where I'm at. This toll road. It was, shot South Carolina the last year and the year before that, and just a 4.5 hour drive versus a 10-hour drive, and I was kind of wanting to make South Carolina the start of the season, but I'm kind of on boat now, and I think all of us really are of having your guys be like the first major match of the season. So
Very cool. Well, we did win the vote, so it will be there next year again.
beautiful, nice, man. That's awesome. Cool.
All right. Yeah, the lunch. That's one of the things we discussed, and that'll be in an upcoming episode with the MDs and RMs and a couple of the ROs. We'll talk about kind of the behind the scenes stuff on
I'm sure it
kind
could
of just shit that just happens at a major.
Yeah, you're not really thinking too much about it. And I know you guys sent out an email talking about pre-bought lunches and stuff, but my dumbass did not read that, so I had a pocket full of cash, and then I was like, "Oh no!"
We might have had some there still. I know he brought some extra.
Oh, that's very nice of him. Luckily I had enough. I stole enough of my kids' snacks from my pantry before I left, where I was just loaded up. I had 2 things of applesauce. I had about 6 packets of gummies. Yeah, 4 crustables. Yeah, I was I was ready to go.
Come on, they gave you guys freeze pops. That was supposed to make you happier.
Oh yeah, I needed one after a couple of stages just to calm down. No, we thoroughly enjoyed it, man. It was a great match.
Good. Yeah, the facility is beautiful. It's an awesome place.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, I could see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you and I think some other people were talking about them clearing up some spaces out there, area match area for that area 5.
We in the future that's kind of like a goal.
That'd be freaking awesome. So,
Yeah. Let's see. What other aspects of the match did you enjoy? Lunch was too long for you.
it was a little bit. The adrenaline drop. That was the biggest thing. Trying to but that's I also didn't bring any pre-workout with me, so that's in situations like that. I don't think caffeine. Having too much caffeine in you is not a good thing. I'll be the first to say that caffeine. Too much not good. But unless you're shooting matches, zero it up, something like that. You need to, if your adrenaline drops or you're starting to get the tires, you need to do whatever you can to get yourself amped back up. And
Right.
usually I would bring pre-workout with me just for that situation, and of course I didn't this time. So
What did you view as uh, sponsor representation for companies that supported the match? Do you think they were represented well?
yeah, I mean, banners were everywhere, which was nice. You could see exactly what stage was sponsored by who. Um, as far as inside the clubhouse, I didn't really see too much. I didn't. Uh, no, I mean, it would have been nice to see more of a setup of sponsors closer to the match itself, stuff like
Okay.
that. That would have been nice. That's well, not even nice. It would have been more to what I'm accustomed to, I guess. At
Okay.
pictures. Um, as far as the prizes and stuff like that, the prizes were fantastic. I heard some of you guys, what you guys were giving away was actually absolutely insane. Uh,
We
one of
did
my
pretty good.
buddies left. Yeah, one of my buddies left with a Gideon optic that I've been having my eye on for a little bit. Another guy left with a whole port job from Monsoon, which is sweet. Yeah, it was sponsor wise. Like I said, having a booth maybe a couple more readily available booths, kind of right by the parking lot, maybe. So it just kind of flows into it.
Yeah, it's one of those things I don't see. So we were talking about offering booths for like gun manufacturers. The problem is, especially on a 1 day match, because there was only 2 or 3 squads that were 2 day.
Okay.
Like your guys' job is to get there, shoot, and leave.
Yeah.
Like, when are you gonna stop by to like check the stuff out?
True. True.
You know what I
Um.
mean? Like, we did have the guy that was making our trophies. Um, he was there. He was doing on-site like uh, customized swag and stuff like that.
Nice.
And then on Saturday we had the our local humidor come, and he was selling cigars.
Which I would have wished I should have stopped by. I thought about you. Sorry, I'll get back to it. I thought about you the next day, that Sunday. I shot Saturday. I thought about you Sunday.
Okay.
I went to a graduation party and smoked my first cigar in like 4 years, and then
Oh,
almost it was this close to just vomiting everywhere
oh.
from the nicotine. So it would have, yeah, it would have. Just imagine that, but now after a hot day of running around with the gun, I definitely would have just furled everywhere. So I'm kind of glad I didn't take you up on that.
You're just out of practice, man. Hell, we
Yeah,
smoke cigars while we're shooting.
right. That's right.
Yeah, so we weren't really planning on sponsors being there. I wanted to make sure that they were represented at the match, and they definitely came through with prizes and support.
Oh yeah.
So it might be something we look into of having someone there. Again, it's just one of those things. I don't. The businessman in me tells a company, because it costs tremendously much. It costs the company a lot more money if they now have to send someone out to staff a weekend
Okay. Yeah.
as
Yeah.
opposed to not.
That makes sense.
So it's weird. It's one of those things. Like, I would love to have it, but it's I don't know. It's still one of those things. I mean, I'm sure we could try it.
I didn't even think about. I didn't even think about the whole expense of just having people. And it's not just going to be one person. It's going to be multiple people. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I was going to say. Um, I think the best vendor setup I've still have seen has been at South Carolina,
For sure. Yeah.
and that was just because of the aspect of if you want to get, in order to be a part of the prize table, you have to go through and get a stamp, a stamp off from all the
Right.
booths, and that was kind of cool. I got to see a lot of stuff that I've only seen on Instagram that way, but it was very engaging and at that, and that was probably one of the cooler vendor setups I've seen, just because it wasn't just a handful of people kind of, you had 50, 60 people in the vendor row,
Hmm.
all checking stuff out. And then they had an ice cream truck right there. So my fat ass was even more happy. But there's nothing better than looking at Alien Lago and with my ice cream cone and dripping ice cream on top. Just being like, oh, sorry guys, sorry.
So, all right. What? Anything else? You feel like we left anything else out that you
No,
wanted to talk about in the match?
so like I said, it was and I once again, my negative is not a big negative in my mind. That's just the only thing that I took away from it as I wish was different. It's not even like it was a bad thing. I just wish it was different, a little bit more uh, chooser friendly. But take that away. This match was phenomenal, and I urge anybody who is around the Illinois area, Midwest area, if you're going to shoot a major, shoot that major. It was fun. It was as difficult as you wanted it to be. I felt like it played so well to the C class guy all the way up to the GM guy. It was, you have your gun as long as you're a competent shooter. You have a class, you classify, you know your way around the stage just to get the job done. You take it any way you want to. If you want to make it challenging to save time, it's there. You risk it, go for it. If you don't want to do that and you just want to shoot your first major, that is still a fantastic place to go shoot your first major.
And we had quite a few of. We had people from California, Utah, Kentucky, Ohio, Canada. I think some more southern states. Yeah, so it was well received. I'm glad you came up.
Yeah, no, me too, man. I'm glad I got to meet you and got to meet some of the guys out there. It was definitely, the vibe of it felt like an Ohio match as far as the some of the DJ humor that was going around. So it made me happy, but I was like, I'm still in the Midwest.
Half of your fucking Ohio shooters showed.
True, that's true. Better than the Canadians. Those guys are crazy.
Yeah,
they're going around with their motor. They had scooters. They were rocking around.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool, no. Man. Let's see what else. I think that's it. I appreciate you coming on and talking about it. We're going to take the feedback. We're going to be meeting a couple more times because we've already decided that, well, we need to start planning now. So,
yeah. No, I don't. If you guys, you kind of got all of my feedback right now, but yeah, it was do what you just did. It was great. It was, kind of go with the same flavor. To be honest, like I can't say enough good things about that match. It was fun. I don't know, I don't want to say rejuvenated. It was exactly what I needed to start the major season out. It was just a perfect, just balls to the wall, fun match, great time, great attitude, great range. Weather was fantastic that time of the year in Illinois. It was good. Everything about it was perfect.
Awesome. Well, dude, take this time to tell people where to follow you.
Yeah.
If they want to follow you. I don't understand why many people would want to follow a left-handed PCC shooter, but if that's your thing.
If you want to see some very, very stupid stuff, you can find me on Instagram at dadbod_Harrison. I will be the left-handed rifle shooter with a dad bod. So there you go.
Awesome, brother. Well, thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, of course, man. I appreciate having me. That was been wanting to talk to you for a while, and like I said, went full fangirl as soon as I saw you. So I was like, Tony.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome seeing you and your whole crew. It was cool that you brought a bunch of the guys up. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Do you mind if I put in a plug real quick?
No, dude, go ahead.
So you saw all our Oak Ammo jerseys there. Our blue jerseys we had on. It's a company out of Michigan, Oak Ammo. Kevin runs that, and he's pretty much, this is his first year doing ammo, and he's already sold. Gosh, he just got his second Mark 7. He's making competition ammo that is some of the best quality ammo I've shot ever. Fewest amount of jams, some of the best feeling recoiling ammo, and he is on par with Blazer prices.
Oh, okay.
Put that out there. It's reman ammo, but he is on par with Blazer, and he's got discounts all the time. He went from a couple of us shooting to kind of pushing him out, seeing everything, to where he's got possibly national contending people wanting to run his stuff.
Cool.
His oak ammo. Find him on Instagram. Take a buy some of his stuff. Try it out. It's like I said, some of the best ammo for the best price. And for me personally, shipping is another thing he does. Pretty much next day shipping. It's everything about him and his business has been awesome. It's been one of the best people I've had to work with so far.
Cool. Well, tell him to hit me up because we are currently looking for sponsors for 2027 Northern Illinois.
Okay. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to have a banner there. I'll
Sure.
let Kevin know. But yeah, check them out. Some of the best ammo you get out there. So
cool. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you being on.
Thanks, Tone. I appreciate being here, man.
Yeah, you guys know what to do. Follow us on all the things, Laugh and Load. Subscribe on the podcast, Pew Time. You need to email us, comments, questions, concerns. You can send me insults for Dad Bod, and I will send it to him at pewtimepodcast@gmail.com.
Oh, there's going to be some.
All right. Talk to you guys next week. Later.
Bye.